sound of snow crunching under boots, wind howling across frozen plains. Then silence. Deep, cold tone. Finland, 1800s. A harsh land of ice and silence, where the law was thin and the wilderness endless. In that frozen world lived one man who became a legend. A thief, a murderer, and a ghost that haunted the north. His name was Matti Haapoja, and he became known as Finland's first serial killer. The early years. Matti Haapoja was born in 1845 in the small village of Isokiro, into a poor family of farmers. From the beginning, trouble seemed to follow him. By his teens, he was stealing, drinking, and fighting, a restless spirit in a quiet land. In 1867, during Finland's Great Famine, Haapoja turned violent. Food was scarce, and desperation had no rules. That winter, he committed his first known murder, a man killed in a drunken brawl. He was arrested and sent to prison. But Matti Haapoja would never stay behind bars for long. The prison breaker. He escaped, not once, not twice, but 5 times. Each time he vanished into the wilderness, surviving off the land, stealing from villages, and leaving death in his wake. He would return to towns disguised, working odd jobs, drinking in taverns, and then, when someone crossed him, he'd strike without hesitation. No one knew when Haapoja might appear next. He was the living embodiment of fear on the frontier. Sound, thunder rolls, distant footsteps on snow. The killings between 1867 and 1890, Haapoja confessed to at least 18 murders. Men, travelers, strangers on the road. Some he killed for money, others for revenge, and some, it seemed, just to see them die. He stabbed, shot, strangled, and dumped his victims in rivers or snowbanks, where wolves would erase the evidence by morning. Police chased him across the country, but every time they thought they had him cornered, he disappeared again, swallowed by the forests. The capture. In 1890, Haapoja was finally caught after killing another inmate during one of his short stints back in prison. This time there was no escape. He was sentenced to life at the Turku prison, Finland's most notorious fortress of stone and steel. Guards called him the Devil of Isokro. He bragged openly about his murders, writing letters from prison that became national news. Some saw him as evil. Others saw him as a tragic symbol of the suffering that famine and poverty created. The final act. In 1895, after decades of killing, escaping, and running, Matti Haapoja ended his own story. Guards found him hanging in his cell, a noose made from his own bedsheets. He was 50 years old, no family, no visitors, just a name whispered across Finland as both legend and warning. The legacy. Even today, the story of Matti Haapoja lives on. In Finnish folklore, he's remembered as both a monster and a myth, the outlaw who refused to die quietly. His name appears in ballads, ghost stories, and criminal history books as Finland's first true serial killer. Sound, wind fades, faint echo of a church bell. Some say he still haunts the snow-covered woods he once called home, a restless soul searching for his next escape. Soft, grim tone. Matti Haapoja, the outlaw who became Finland's first monster. A killer born of hunger, loneliness, and a land that breeds silence. Snowfall sound fades to silence. Next time, we end the series in Denmark, where a man named Dagmar Overby turned motherhood into murder. Fade to dark. Please like and subscribe.